guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. In today's reading, we are going to be tuning into your higher self to receive some information, downloads, guidance, support for you at the time that you are tuning into this reading. So we're going to have 3 pile choices for you today, and we're going to pull those cards for you to help you choose which pile is meant for you. I've already shuffled and pre-pulled the oracle cards for your readings. Those will be shown during your individual readings, but for now we're going to choose your significator card to help you choose and tune in to your divine reading from your higher self. So can we have 3 cards for the 3 piles, please? Pile number 1. Ooh, we got a lot right there, so we're going to reshuffle. 1 card for pile number 1, please. Can we have a card for pile number 1? The higher self of pile number 1. Okay, turn it over for now. Pile number 2, please. Can we have a card from the higher self of pile number 2? Pile number 2. Alright. 1 more card. Pile number 3. We had 3 cards want to jump out. I'm glad they all stayed in. 1 card for pile number 3, please. I like them to jump out of the deck and reveal themselves. Alright, pile number 3. Alright, so for pile number 1, we have Amber. And that is with this beautiful celestial, not celestial oral, sunshine aura quartz. Let me get that out. And this is your card. And your crystal. So your crystal could be the guide into your higher self, or the amber, the card, the images on the card. Pile number 2, you have labradorite with the angel aura quartz. Pile number 3, we have ruby, and that is with the cotton candy aura quartz. Alright, these are your pile choices. If you need more time to meditate, just pause the video. The timestamps will be in the description box below as always, and I will see you all at your readings. Wait, this is a little crooked. It's a little bit better. Alright, you guys. Hi, pile number 1. This is your reading. You chose the Sunset Aura Quartz with the Amber card. And the Amber card says empowerment, healing, and letting go. This is a card about healing and seeing things from a higher perspective. You know, amber isn't a crystal. It is a resin. It is like the salve to the tree that's been injured, you know, and it coats the wound so that it can heal. And so this is about seeing things from a higher perspective, because it's sitting on the crown chakra here, and with the pine cone just above it. And then we have this Jupiter. This is expanding your perspective to bring healing into your heart here. So you're being asked to let go of some painful, maybe memories, things that weigh heavily on your heart, and And your higher self is saying that it's time for healing, it's time for you to let go, and it's time for you to feel more empowered. All right, let's see what other messages want to come through from your higher self, pile number 1. We have Peppermint. Take from me what keeps me held back, clearing myself from all that does not belong in the vision of what is to come. All right, some more healing coming through, more confirmation that your higher self is saying that it's time for you to heal and let go of what's no longer serving you, or that you are on this healing journey of healing the things that have caused you pain. Let's see, we have Independent Cat. You're a natural leader. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. And we have another cat. Assertive Cougar. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. We have Sacred Waters. Drunken by the swell of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace. Unafraid of the presence, releasing the cords, I call her in, and I call her deeply within. Okay, so more confirmation that it's time for you to surrender into those emotions and those painful feelings, those painful memories that you have that are no longer serving you. It's time to see things from a different perspective. What were you learning from this experience? And what I'm receiving from the Independent and assertive here, this is about you setting healthy boundaries for yourself and deciding that you are worthy, and being more assertive in your, being more confident in who you are, standing up for yourself, setting those healthy boundaries of who is allowed in your sacred circle, who's allowed, to connect to your heart space. Because when we have relationships with other individuals, it takes a certain amount of vulnerability to let people into your heart and to expose your heart and your feelings and your emotions. And some people take advantage of that. Some people aren't very trustworthy. And I feel like you have been learning how to protect yourself, how to protect your heart, who is worthy of your love, and who needs a boundary in place. And sometimes it can be very hard to set those boundaries for like family and loved ones in these relationships with people who are, we're very connected to, or we have this blood connection to, because those are the ones that can hurt you the most, because they know you. And the thing is like some of those people, though, want you to live up to a standard that they are setting for who they want you to be. And I feel like some of us, we have tried to be, let's say our parents. Our parents, maybe they are very sports, sports driven, and, they'll kind of enforce that on their kids. It's something in the family. The family is very, very active, and so we want our children to be very active and sports driven, and it may be something that young kids enjoy doing because it's very active and it's social and they're learning skills. But as they get older, it might not be their passion. It might just be something that they were doing because this is what the parents, enjoyed doing and kind of wanted them to, take on the family legacy type thing. But not all kids, they're born to bring something new, and maybe their passion is something different. And it's hard to step out of that place of feeling like, in order to be loved and accepted by the family, you have to be like this. And if you decide that this isn't for you, that somehow there's going to be this disapproval, and, you're not going to receive that love from them. And this may be something for you, or you can relate to it in some kind of way, that you have to feel like you got to be something to win the approval of somebody who you love, instead of being, your truthful self, your authentic self, being who you really are. And you're being asked to set those healthy boundaries and have those conversations with these types of people if this is your truth, and not to be afraid to set healthy boundaries, because anybody who truly loves you and cares about a relationship wants you to be happy. You know, they don't want you doing things just to make them happy. I mean, and they shouldn't. It should be what makes you happy in your life. You're not living your life for anybody else other than you. You know, other than, you know, like if you have children, you know, your responsibilities, of course, are to take care of your children. But at the same time, like, you aren't, you know, to fulfill somebody else's lifelong dream, you know, and I think that gets put onto people sometimes. So if that's your case, just take what resonates for you, but you're definitely being asked to surrender to those emotions that maybe are very painful, and to become more independent, less codependent on anybody else to fulfill your needs, or to bring you healing, or to bring you love, or to bring you confidence. That's something that comes from within. And when you let go of these things that are holding you back and making you feel like you're restricted, you're going to feel, you know, at first you might feel like a little bit discombobulated, you know, because you've been living a life in a certain way to please other people. And now it's going to feel weird for you to start doing things for yourself, empowering yourself, and placing more self-care, self-love, acknowledging how you feel, acknowledging your emotions, even honoring your emotions and how they are guiding you towards what is something that is good for you and what is something that's not good for you, and listening to those emotions. All right. We have cow. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. I love that. More confirmation to nurture yourself, to pour your love into yourself, and not to worry about other people's opinions and how they want you to be living your life, or how you should look, how you should dress, who you should love, all those kinds of things. It really doesn't matter, because people are gonna think whatever they want to think anyways. So why would you want to live your life unhappy, you know? This is your life to live, and you don't owe anybody anything. We have flower crown. Wear your power proudly and unapologetically, for it is your birthright and is eternal like the soul. Ooh, look at this. How beautiful. This is honoring who you are. And I love that it says to wear your power proudly and unapologetically. It's like, be who you are, honoring your truth, and not allowing anybody else to make you feel like you're less than because, you know, you want to do things differently. That's why you're here. You're here to do things differently, because the way that things have been going in our world is not in a very healthy, you know, supporting, balanced kind of way. It actually is steering us all in the wrong direction, and people are just afraid to be themselves, to stand up and have a different opinion. And I believe that comes from sometime in a past life where we were probably stoned to death if we spoke our truth, if we said anything that was against the crowd, against the norm. You know what I mean? You were, you know, stoned or hung or set on fire. So I believe those are the things that we fear from the past life, you know, reoccurring again in this life. And now is the time where it's okay for you to have an opinion and to state your opinion, and not have to worry about, you know, the retribution of being burned and killed just because you're expressing your truth. You know, now is the time for you to shine that light, for you to be more assertive, to be more independent, to be that leader. You're here to bring change. And your higher self wants you to know that you are beautiful, and to nurture that part of yourself that you're hiding within. to share your heart with others, to share your beauty, to share your vision. The shapeshifter. Ooh, yes, you're here to bring the change, and you're being asked to shift the perspective that you have that may be hurting you, because it's your perception of it is what's causing you the pain. And not always necessarily is it our perception, but when you experience things that are very painful and hurtful to our heart, in the times that we're going through it, it can be very defeating, it can be very painful. You can feel very lost because, like, the rug's being pulled out from underneath you, and you're like, the truth is being revealed, and it's being exposed. All the lies are being exposed, and it's meant to happen because you're meant for something greater. You're meant for something better. So although it's so painful in the moments that you're experiencing these things, it is there to serve you, to get you to the place where you're meant to be, your destiny. And seeing things as, in the moment that we're going through it, it's hard to see it from that angle. But after the fact, when you can, months down the road, a year down the road, you can look back on the situation, on the experience and the challenge, and see that everything is the way it's meant to be, and you can have a little bit more gratitude. Thank goodness that happened then, because I can't imagine, how I would have felt knowing this later on, So it's like seeing things from different perspectives. Thank God that happened when it did, because now I know, like, who is my friend, who is really there to support me, or the type of people. I've experienced these types of relationships over and over and over again, and now I've learned how to stand up for myself and set these healthy boundaries so that I'm no longer attracting similar people into my life. Like, I know who I am now, and that's the thing. When you connect to your soul, you start to see things from different angles and different perspectives. And so continue to release and surrender anything that's no longer serving you. Look at this. So this is like the strength cards. You're being asked to stand in your strength, but it's also a card about burdens, holding on to other people's burdens as well. It's like maybe you are somebody who's been very supportive to other people, and they've taken advantage of your heart. You've been very empathic, very understanding that people experience pain and that people act out of their pain. And so you can have forgiveness and understanding for them, but those people are still the ones who are hurting you, because they're not looking in their heart space. They're actually running away from their pain and projecting their pain, trying to get rid of it. And in empaths, we end up taking on some of that burden of helping them, but it's not really helping them. It's honestly hurting you in the long run. So there's things that you got to let go of and release and surrender to, and then stand in your strength of committing to loving yourself more, and not allowing people to take advantage of you, not allowing people to hurt your heart, and not give an equal energy exchange, not see your heart for what it is, not see your intentions and your actions for the truth of what they are, coming from a place of being authentic and truly caring. Some people just, they don't care. They and it's so sad, because those people see a sucker, They don't see your heart. They see, oh, this person's somebody I can take advantage of, and that's all they're seeing. And that's why you have to protect yourself. That's why you have to become, a little more discerning on who is worthy of you. It's like, visualize yourself as a butterfly, and you're choosing which flower to bless, with your pollination. Instead of everybody's all deserving and, I got to help everyone. And anybody who's got a sad story is somebody that I need to help, And some people, they just use the story to manipulate other people into doing work for them, or to giving them things, and they tell that same story to everybody they come into contact with, and then everybody's pouring into them, and this individual just takes advantage of it. They're not being forced to do any kind of work to help themselves to heal and move forward. They just use this narrative because it's what works for them. And there's so many people in the world, so many empaths who just pour into those types of individuals, and it's not really serving them, and it's actually taking away from you as well. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to go through so many of these experiences before we finally learn that everybody isn't worthy of our blessings, and that some of those blessings are really meant for you, and they're not meant for you to give them away. We have to the sea. Okay, this is about you going on a self-reflection journey, spending some time connecting to yourself and seeing how you are being blessed, and you are being blessed. You're being blessed with the opportunity to heal, to surrender, to stand in your truth, to honor who you are. And we have 22 here, which is about energetic boundaries. You're being protected at the moment, but you definitely need to be more assertive and set healthy boundaries for yourself to protect you against those types of relationships that just want to take from you. They're not really that supportive. If you are in need, how are they reciprocating the energy that you pour into them? Are they giving that same type of energy back? And if they're not, it's time to cut those cords, because a relationship is about give and take, and no, you don't have to do things and expect something in return. But I mean, when you're in a need, you expect your friends to support you and lift you up and not give you some kind of excuse or deflect from your issues and make their issues seem like they're bigger. You know what I mean? We have round and round. Yeah. Alright, so in the self-reflecting, observe the patterns that you've experienced, and how many relationships, how many individuals, or how many of these experiences have you been in, and can you recognize any patterns? And that's the thing. The goal is to shift the pattern. So if this has been your experience and you always respond this way, what you're being asked to do is shift the way that you respond to it. Usually when somebody's doing this, I always respond like this. So change that up, because even small shifts, they're going to create big ripples in your life, and that's what needs to happen. You need to shift the pattern in some way. Evolve out of being somebody's, doormat. Protect your beautiful heart here. Shift the way that you see things. Understand, why is this individual coming to me? What are they trying to get from me? Is this really the truth? Do their actions back up their words? Or is this the same narrative that they keep on spinning, for years and years and years? And they're always telling everybody, their problems and their troubles and everything like that. And everybody's always, pouring into them from their cup. And sometimes your cup's not even full, and you're still giving to others, even though like you need it for yourself, but you're still giving it away. You're giving your blessings away, and your cup is like half empty. Your cup needs to be full and overflowing in order for you to help other people. And in order for your cup to be full, you have to know your truth. You have to love yourself and not betray yourself for other people, you know what I mean? Or trying to win approval of anybody else. And so you change who you are, and you change the way that you see things, or the way that you're living your life, your career, etc. Are you honoring, your true happiness and your passions, or are you just seeking others' approval out of fear that you won't be loved and appreciated or seen and acknowledged? It's really about going within and learning who you are. Not for you. Number 6. We have have this game here, and then we've got this fortune cookie in the center. Right after round and round. Yeah. What's preventing you from acting on your passions and, you know, opening up this beautiful fortune that you have? I feel like this is a gift. This is a blessing here. And these patterns are preventing you from tuning into your blessings, to tuning into your truth, what you came here to do, what you came here to create, to bring forth. Let me see, number 6. Not for you. All right, let me read this one to you real quick. Some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. More confirmation here. Time for you to let go so that you can receive your blessings, so that you can receive the right relationships meant for you. You have isolation and passion. Yeah, I think it's time to let go of these relationships and to spend some time with yourself for a little bit, to go within, to understand who you are, understand your truths, understand what you really, really want from a relationship. And first, you have to have that right relationship with yourself, you know, and forgiving yourself for trying to be maybe somebody that you're not truly happy with, you know. Where have you abandoned your own emotions to tend to somebody else's needs, you know, and it may not have been something that you really wanted to do, but maybe you did it out of guilt or out of manipulation or shame. Maybe you were gaslit into doing them, and maybe you were gaslighting yourself even, and not acknowledging your truth and putting other people's needs before your own. And unfortunately, that is kind of what we're taught a little bit as children. We're taught to, you know, give and forgive and understand other people. And empaths, unfortunately, can be big targets for people to take advantage of. And so when you let go of these people, these individuals who are just pretty much using you and taking advantage of your beautiful heart, it can be a little bit painful, and you may feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. You are actually walking with spirit, with source, and walking with your higher self. And your higher self is going to guide you to, you know, the people who are meant to be in your life. But first you need to heal your heart, to soothe your heart, and to allow this healing to take place, and to acknowledge those emotions that you may have, you know, stuffed down and ignored because you thought this was the right thing or the right person for you. And I feel like they just have been taking advantage of your heart, and maybe they just keep repeating the same old mistakes over and over again and finding all these excuses, and you may have been allowing those excuses, you know, and instead of forcing that individual to say, you know, like, forcing them to change, you know what I mean? That's the thing, is sometimes you can't force them to change. They have to want to change. And you may need to just decide, I deserve better, and I'm gonna let you go. And that individual you know what I mean, may try to come up with all these excuses and say they're going to change, but how many times have you experienced that, you know? And it's up to you if you want to continue moving forward in the same boat, or to shift some things up and you decide what you want instead of putting it all the cards in their hands. It's time for you to stand up and be a little more independent, more assertive, and to walk away and to say, no, I need some time to sort some things out and to be with myself for a little bit so I can decide, you know, who I really am, what types of relationships I want to be in, and I'm going to be more assertive. I'm going to look for those red flags, and I'm not going to ignore those red flags. Those red flags are my gut instincts that tell me that this individual doesn't love me, or this individual doesn't care. They're lying to my face, you know, or they don't have the best intentions and I deserve better. And it's not saying that somebody has to be perfect. It is that people, to have an expectation of loyalty and commitment and truth and honesty, you know, and even like good sense of humor, you know, those things that you're looking for in an individual, that's not asking too much, you know what I mean? That's what we should have in those healthy relationships. And so learning what is it that you are holding on to and why, you know, and it takes that time of being alone to tune into your heart space and heal what is within you, what's wounded within you that says that it's okay to treat you this way. Okay? All right, pile number one, I'm going to go ahead and close your reading out. Thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, you can feel free to leave a comment in the bottom or just send me a little heart. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you all in future readings. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Angel Aura Quartz. I love this mineral. It is so pretty. And the Labradorite card says revitalization, magic, and spiritual consciousness. And what I see from this image is your psychic abilities, your spiritual abilities are growing, and that you are connecting more to the higher realms, to the angelic realms, to the stars, as well as the ancient past. So there's a lot of ancient wisdom that is coming in for you at the moment, or that you're tapping into. So I want to say spiritual downloads coming in for you. Activating your intuition, activating maybe past memories from, let's say, Egypt, since we have all of these pyramids here, Mesopotamia. And your skills, we have the fox here. So I feel like your higher self wants you to know that your spiritual gifts are being activated and they're growing. Let's see what else wants to come through. We have candle dressing, sharp as nails, engraving my will, intention spoken, declare what will be. Yeah, see, and this is about working your magic and using your magic to set your intentions to create something. And I feel like you have a purpose here on Earth, that there's something that you've incarnated to do to help heal Mother Earth. We have inner knowing with the goose. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. Ooh. These, your higher self, you're going to be awakening to who you really are, what you came here, why you incarnated here on Earth. It's like your mission's being activated, like your soul purpose is coming online here. We have fire with the tiger. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Yeah, your passion, your purpose. Ooh, yay. Your partnership, accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So I feel like this is a connection to, like, some of you may resonate as a starseed, light worker, healer, priestess, any of those terms. And there's a group of you who are here on the planet, and you are all working on bringing forth this Christ consciousness, elevating the frequency on planet Earth and restoring the balance here. And so you are in partnership with these individuals, connecting more with your higher self, your soul purpose, the higher realms. Okay, let me see what else comes through. We have the fox. We have two fox. It's about using your instincts, being very skillful in how you're maneuvering. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. So we have that here with the partnership as well. But this is saying you are somebody who is here to bring about more harmony, more balance. You're bringing in more resolutions to the imbalance of the planet Earth. That's why you're here. You're here to restore, to heal. We have surrender. There's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free of all that doesn't serve you. We have the Fae. Not everything is as it may seem. Be cautious, dear one, for there is a story beneath the tale. Okay. So what I feel like with these cards is that there's, there's an illusion that we're all being, spoon-fed pretty much, and there is a meaning for all things, even if at the time we don't understand them. But the illusion does serve a purpose, and it's here to teach us how to activate our skills, how to create with the energies, and even understanding the energies. And some of us are further along the path than others. It doesn't mean we're better or anything like that. Just some of us have been here working with Mother Nature and the energies and the elements and everything longer than others have. And so it puts us in a position to be a guide, to be an inspiration for others to learn from. And so there are things that we pick up along the way through our experience, through our hardship, through the trials that we've been through. Because I feel like you're somebody here who's incarnated to help transmute the lower, denser energies, and we take on a certain amount of that darkness and we try to transmute it into bringing more love and more light. And there's things that we pick up along the way that we end up holding on to energetically longer than we should. And so you're being asked to release any of those, maybe set some intentions to clear your energy field of any lower frequencies, any energies or cords that may be still connected, maybe perhaps to the past, and to release them and let them go, and to allow yourself to be guided further along the path. Tune into your inner knowing, connecting more to your higher self, which is also your higher self, your soul, your heart space that has that inner knowing, and that is your truth. That's your authenticity. That's who you are, and that's where you're going to receive more of these spiritual downloads and more activations in your spiritual abilities, your psychic gifts, your passion here. And sometimes, with the not everything is as it seems, it takes a little bit longer for things to manifest here in the physical world, which is what we're all learning that if everything we thought was to manifest like this, there would be a lot of horrible things on this planet. So we're here to learn how to manifest, but to create from a place of love, not just reaction and responding to, from our pain place, because our thoughts can sometimes get away with us, and sometimes our mind thinks like the worst case scenario until we learn how to master it. And that's where you find that inner peace and calm, and you're more heart-centered, heart-based, and that's when we get that beautiful connection to our higher self, to source, to our soul, and I'm more grounded here in the present moment. We feel safe here on earth, and then we're learning to work with those energies, work with Mother Nature to bring about our creative abilities. Let's see what else wants to come through. Stone circle. In ceremony you conjure a devotion so deep it reflects thy worship into yourself. Yeah. Make sure you're spending time in nature and you're grounding these energies that are coming in for you, this higher consciousness. The more time you spend in nature, the more grounded you feel, the more connected and tuned in to your higher self you become. Yeah, see how she's walking in nature, and like the bees are surrounding her, and this is the cooperation with Mother Earth, cooperation with our soul family, our soul tribe, the star nations, to heal this planet, to heal the human race. I feel like you've done that. Look, we have more beehives here. Yeah, the bees are very connected to, the star seeds and the light workers, because it's a community of us, and we're all different races, but we're all here for the same purpose, to help heal and evolve Mother Earth into the higher frequencies, so she can join her galactic brothers and sisters and no longer be a planet that is, overran with these lower vibrations of greed and war and anger. She wants to ascend, and therefore all beings that exist on her have to ascend as well. So these lower vibrations have to surrender and change and transform and elevate and ascend as well, or else they can't exist here, which is beautiful. And that's why we're all here. We're here to assist in that ascension, to cleanse and purify these lower vibrations, so that more love, more peace, more harmony and balance can remain here on the planet for good. We have the vow. Yes, exactly. You signed up for this. This is part of your mission. And it's setting yourself free as well from the past incarnations. Perhaps you're a very old soul and you've been here many, many lifetimes, constantly cleansing and purifying the energies and balancing the energies in every incarnation to finally liberate yourself from these experiences, from these patterns, from these lower programming, belief systems and the structures that have been in place, which is what you're still continuing to do. The bridge. Yes, this is about anchoring in those higher frequencies, anchoring in, forming that bridge from the spiritual to the physical, and remaining centered, remaining an open channel to receive this inspiration from the higher realms, from your higher self. Yeah, you volunteered to come here to help anchor in these higher frequency energies. I feel like you are this bridge. You're accessing more of your divine gifts, more of your spiritual connection. You're opening up that channel, and you have to be open to receiving that connection. And so in order to have a clear channel, you have to release and surrender anything that is a lower frequency, a lower vibration, and that can be any feelings and emotions of pain or guilt or shame or unworthiness. And those can be energies that are unconscious because they are something that we've carried with us for even many lifetimes, through our childhoods, through our incarnations. And we won't know until something surfaces. It comes up to the, it just somehow, like when we're going through the purification process and things come up and things trigger us, and the more reflective you can be, the more time you spend in nature and meditative states, you can better process and understand the things that are in the subconscious mind, because it requires the mind to be very still in order for these things to surface. And then once you find like one of these, an emotion or a memory that comes up for you, that's what needs to be processed. That's what needs to be healed and released and understood and shifted from within, so that the work that you're doing on yourself and your inner world is going to be reflected in the world outside of you. So if you have any feelings of unworthiness, you have to go within and see, where have I allowed people to make me feel like I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve good things in my life, and why is that my narrative? Why do I believe that? Why is this my programming? And you can then, once you can isolate that thought or that emotion or that memory, you can then change it and override it and create a new program for yourself. Let's see what else we have. Isn't that pretty? I feel like, is this the Pisces? So these are opportunities that are here for you. The ability to go within to the subconscious realm and to understand your belief systems, to understand, even the possibilities of things that you can create for yourself, or maybe even understanding what you have been unconsciously creating for yourself, and you can bring, about change. This is also about being patient and waiting for the right moment to act. And that's under the fox here. So we have, solutions to problems that are easily found. So there may be something that you feel is like blocking you from making this connection. But I feel like there may be something, because we have the stone circle here. There is something that is within that needs to be cleansed and purified. And once you do, then you can become this clear channel to receive further downloads, to receive this connection here. Because this is about patience and waiting for the right moment. One foot's in and one foot's out. And so that it's just more connection about the bridging the person that lives within. It's like your higher self and your physical self. And your higher self has to feel, it's like your physical self has to feel safe in your body and safe on planet Earth, safe in the present moment, in order for your higher self to fully ground and anchor your light body here on the planet Earth. Like there's a version of you. There's many versions of us, because there's many timelines. Like there's the version of you that said no, and there's the version of you that said yes, and those timelines are playing out. But you, the person that's here on the physical plane, this is just like a small little speck of your soul that is here on Earth, and your higher self exists in the higher planes, and the goal is to ground in your higher self and to exist here on planet Earth as your higher self, like Christ consciousness walking here on the planet, like all the other ascended masters who have been here on planet Earth and have ascended, you know, like Jesus, Yeshua, Mother Mary, she was even an ascended master, Buddha, all of them. The goal is to ground in your higher self, and that takes you being more confident in this human body and feeling more present and connected in order for your higher self to fully ground in. And so it takes us to release anything that is blocking us, any feelings of fear or worry or stress or shame or guilt. Any of these lower vibrations have to be completely cleansed and purged out of our system. But you're being asked to have a little bit of patience with yourself and with the channel, this opening, forming the bridge with your higher self here. We have why. This is more about going within and seeking the answers within. Maybe be patient with yourself in this releasing and this healing. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, there's something you're meant to create here on planet Earth. We have flow. Okay, some more confirmation about going within and surrendering to the present moment and going with the flow and allowing things to surface for you. You can even ask those questions, why, why is this stressing me out? Or why has this not worked out for me? What am I being shown? What do I need to know? What do I need to heal? Asking those questions. Or why is this my thought process? Why do I feel this way? It's taking that time to go within. And for me, the best times that I can do that are in the evening, before or after dinner, and I just spend some time communing with Mother Nature, being more connected to the present moment and being more observant of my surroundings, and just allowing my thoughts to settle. When we're in Mother Nature, that is like the best tool for us, is to sit in nature and be one with our own thoughts, and to see what surfaces, what comes up, because the mind just loves to have constant communication and likes to have constant control, and our minds can run away with us. But the more that we're tuned in and connected to ourselves, and having more understanding, where we allow our emotions to flow, we don't try to block anything, we allow ourselves to find that inner peace, connecting to the inner flow, so that you're more open and receptive to being guided, to receiving more information. And when the opportunity presents itself, you will know when to act and when to respond, because there's something here that you're meant to create, that you're meant to build with this unfinished symphony. It's like your legacy, your masterpiece, what you're here to create. So pile number 2, your higher self wants you to know that you are receiving more spiritual guidance, more spiritual connection with your higher self. There's some things that you need to cleanse and let go of and to heal from. And then there's an activation of your soul purpose, why you're here. And so surrender and go with your flow, but also be patient with yourself and be patient with Spirit for the time, for things to reveal themselves to you. And as you're spending more time in reflection and receiving mode, your truth will be revealed to you. The plan will be revealed on what it is that you're meant to be doing. And stay tuned into your heart center here, because your heart's going to be your biggest tool right now to be guiding you. That is where your higher self resides, is in your heart space. All right, pal number 2, this was your reading. Thank you so much for being here. If this was your vibe, leave me a comment below or a little emoji, whatever, floats your boat. And I'd love to have you all back here for future readings. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pal number 3. This is your reading. You chose the ruby card with the cotton candy aura quartz. And so ruby says chi, concentration, and eternal love. All right, let's see what messages are coming through from your higher self. So you have grimoire. Keep what is sacred near to you, for it's only to be shared when you are ready. Alright, paired with the ruby card, I feel like this has to do with relationships. You have prosperity with the frog. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. Ooh, we have love with the deer. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Okay. So there's new love coming in for you, pile number 3. I feel like you've done a lot of healing work. You've healed your heart, and I feel like you've been protecting yourself. Perhaps in the past you've had people take advantage of you, and you've learned to set those healthy boundaries and understood why. Maybe there was perhaps a lack of love and self-worth in your heart before, and I feel like you've healed and grown out of that pattern. You evolved out of that, and you've learned how to set those healthy boundaries for yourself and pour into your own cup and brought in that healing energy. And we have these frogs, and frogs are very good at transformation. And I feel like you've evolved from, one aspect of being into another. Like you've grown, you've transformed, you've healed, and there's new love coming in for you. You've learned to love yourself and appreciate yourself and value your self-worth. We have Sun God, come now, expand into the skies and into the shadows below. I feel like, you've illuminated maybe something in your shadows, something from the past that made you feel like you weren't worthy. And you've healed that. You brought your light, your love, your consciousness into those parts of you, into that painful past, and you've brought some healing to your soul. Milk and butter. Like the silk of one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. I feel like this is that soothing elixir, that nurturing love that you've poured into yourself now. You've done a lot of work, a lot of healing energies. Pouring into your own cup here. I feel like you brought that inner balance between your masculine and feminine here. Green Man, all that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Ooh. So you may be receiving a bit more than just love, because we have a lot of prosperity here, a lot of abundant energy, healing, growth, love, health, abundance, apocalypses. I believe this has to do with transformation. I always forget what this card represents. Give me just a second. Sorry guys, I was actually looking in the wrong book. I'm looking in the alchemy book instead of the archetype book. So this is about removing the veil of deception. It's also about letting go of the pain that the pain within our mind, the pain that's revealed once we see the truth, and I feel like this is the healing that breaks us out of these old patterns. Yeah, you've like exposed and revealed the truth. You've exposed the shadow, exposed the pain, healed the pain. Yeah, you've entered into the shadows and brought that healing energy in. Ooh. This is about a sense of belonging. Yeah, I feel like there was a part of you who didn't feel like you were good enough and that you weren't worthy, and that maybe nobody saw your heart or valued your heart until you went in and learned how to love yourself and learned the type of love that sets your heart on fire, And you brought in this healing energy. Look at these swans that are with her. This is like a community. Being more in touch with your emotions, your feelings. Able to go with the flow now. And I feel like you know who you are. You know your truth. You've exposed, the pain. You've exposed the illusion and you transformed it. You brought this healing love and light, the elixir to your heart space. That's awesome. We have co-create. Yeah, you now have the courage to face, your shadows, your fears, that pain. And now you've received the wisdom from the experience. You've extracted the healing elixir. And there's something that you've been tending to, you've been nurturing. And I feel like you're nurturing yourself, pouring into yourself, which is going to bring in more of that loving energy. Deep knowing. Yeah, this is that complete connection within. Connecting to your soul. Connecting to your heart, to your own wisdom. And it's like there's 2 moons here. Let me get you the information for this one. Because that one's just very pretty, that deep knowing. 43. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. 2 hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition and the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Ooh, that is amazing. I love that. This is like connecting to someone or people who make you feel like you belong, who make you feel loved. They love you the way that you want to be loved, And they're safe for you to feel vulnerable with, to expose your heart, to reveal, who you truly are, to reveal your beautiful soul to them. Never-ending story. Yeah, I feel like you've evolved out of this because we have the snake here. And this is someone who's sad, it's like a fear that you're never going to fit in, or you're never going to be good enough, or you're never going to find that person. But your higher self is saying that you have. By going within and healing what has been a wound, a core wound for you. Between worlds. You're shifting. You see how this is this is like the world before that you were living in, you know, and it's kind of gray and it's dull and it's muted. And now you feel like alive, like your world's more colorful, like your heart is just on fire. And look at this crown above the flamingo's head here. Yeah, you feel more connected. There's this soul connection that you feel. Balance. Look at that. This is about a healthy relationship, not only with yourself, but with another individual or with a community of like-minded people. I'm going to get you a few more cards here because I don't want to cut your reading short, but it's very self-explanatory. It's saying that your higher self wants you to know that you've evolved out of a cycle of feeling unworthy or left behind or not good enough and alone. And you're stepping into a phase where you have healed and evolved out of that old narrative, that old timeline, or that old programming. And you face those fears. You've brought healing energy within your soul. And now your soul is feeling more connected, more safe, more confident, more assured, more self-worth and value. And there's these beautiful blessings that are coming in for you. And it's this relationship, not only with yourself, but with other individuals who are very like-minded. Because there's this group, a group of swans. And this is like soulmate energy here, because swans, they mate for life, you know. So I feel like, and there's these two deers here. So there's this soul connection that you have with an individual. And we have this masculine and feminine energy, but it might not, you know, there's different viewers who are watching this, but there can be, we have two women and we have two males. So just take what resonates for you. I definitely feel like this is a balanced relationship, a healthy relationship that makes you feel more connected, more alive, more safe, more valued, more appreciated. Can we get some more information from the higher self of pile number 3, please? What other inspiration, guidance, or messages can you offer them? We have South Node, comfort tone, resistance, fear of the new, clinging to old ways or situations. And I feel like that's what you brought healing to, whatever your South Node is. This is where you've come from. This is what needs the healing. You know, and maybe part of you has been fearful of stepping out of your comfort zone into something new and opening yourself up to receive, you know, that healing energy. Perhaps there was a pattern of toxic relationships in your life, and you've healed from those types of situations because you've gone into the shadows and brought in that healing energy. So you have cold and control, silent, observing, hiding feelings, secretive, blocking emotions, and mask. Yeah, I feel like you had to wear a mask to protect yourself. I think most people do, because we're afraid if we are who we really are, if we are ourselves, that we won't be accepted, we won't be approved of, we won't be lovable. You know, I can't show my emotions because then I'll be attacked, or I'll be called a name, or won't be, you know, I'll be shamed. Those types of energies. feel like that this has been part of the toxic relationship, or the part of you that had to heal. Oh yeah, we have nurture, protected, nurture, protective, compassion, love, sincere feelings, wants to take care of you. Aw. And seeing this is what you're stepping into. This is what you've healed from, and this is what is coming in for you now. Someone who has sincere feelings, who sincerely cares about you and loves you, whose, words match their actions. Like we have masculine energy, yang. Yeah, so I feel like this is a masculine energy that's coming into your life. So some of you are definitely attracting a partner. We have logical, confident, assertive, protective, wounded, controlling, aggressive, egoic. So that's the reverse of these. But I feel like this is somebody who wants to protect you and provide and take care of you. Somebody who's very loyal. I'm so happy for you, pile number 3. You did the work. You brought this healing to yourself. You've nurtured yourself. You loved yourself. You brought in this balancing energy into your heart and into your world. And now you're going to be receiving this connection to, a partner who values you and sees your worth and sees your heart and wants to provide, provide for you, or provide a safe space for you to be who you are. And to open your heart and to reveal your heart to them, where you feel like you belong. It's like soulmate connection, where you can co-create together, when you know in your heart that you matter to them. And this could be something that you've been manifesting for your life, something that you've been wanting to receive, and that you've set this intention to meet somebody who values you, who respects you, who's loyal and committed, and your higher self wants you to know that they're coming in for you because you did this healing work on yourself. Yeah, we have 6-6 here, and that's about 6 is about love, material comforts. It's also about balance. It's about home and family, those types of energies. Alright, pile number 3, I'll go ahead and close your reading now. It's pretty much, that's all I have for you. That's what's coming through. I'm so happy for you to find that love of your life, to find somebody who truly values you and sees you and respects you, and you deserve it. Sending you lots of love. If this was your reading, leave a comment below, or an emoji, or a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you all of my love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.